Hi, my name is Javier Montoya. Today I'm gonna explain about my research topic, which is the following web application for the organization of administrative functions. My name is here. To the next. What is a web application? It's a computer application or tool accessible from any browser either through the internet. Web applications are those in which users access an online server through the internet through a browser regardless of the operating system and the device through which is the entered, which is the houses of necessary resources for the operation of the application itself. They get named because they run on the internet. In other words, the data files or which your work are processed and stored within the web. These applications generally do not need to be installed on your computer. The concept of web application is related to cloud storage. Architecture. A web application is provided by a web server and used by users who connected from anywhere via web, clients, browsers, or any object. The architecture of a website has three main components: a web server, in the second a network connection, and finally one or more clients. The web server distributed pages of formatted information to requesting clients. The requirements are made through a network connection, and for this the HTTP protocol is used once this request is made via internet protocol and received by the web server. The web server locates the web page on its file system and sends it back to the browser that requested. Web applications are based on the client-server model that manage web servers and that use web pages and their interface. The next is types of web applications. On the first time, we have static pages. They are not regularly updated and are made not to last and perform regardless of the passage of time. Dynamics. They are complex in their development as well as administration, and they are regularly more updatable. Virtual or online store. There are Amazon type or interest-based applications. These applications are even more complex to perform than dynamic applications. This due to the payment methods used, the synchronization with the stock of different users, ultimately or at the same time, billing and logistics of the organization. Finally, we have the CMS application. These are applications that make use content management systems such as WordPress, Joomla, and Drupal, which are used in cases where the content is very dynamic and needs to be updated quickly and easily. The applications provide easily accessible tools so that people with little or no technical knowledge of design or programming can administer these sites. The problem that I see is when a repetitive task must be performed, which is become mechanized work, and therefore trying for the administrative authorities which have to repeat this process of put different documents online every certain time, and without forgetting the fact that since they are documents in a physical way, they are more susceptible to being viewed in an unauthorized way by people who should not be access to these type of documents, as well as how complicated it is to save them in a private and exclusive room for them. so that they cannot mainstream themselves over time. Finally, documents are constantly lost, leaning on delay on the administration activities that must be carried out, which directly have affects the school management process. General idea. My idea is develop of an information system hosted on an internet site in charge of actions such as collecting and centralizing information. It will work as web application which will be able to contain general information and therefore will be able for consultation. It will allow organizing the actions of teachers and other members of the institution in control tables. My objective specific is the first survey of requirements analysis of existing tools, database design, and cPanel is a control panel to manage hosting servers, implementation of an interface and functionality text, and finally the conclusion of the project. Impacts. In terms of impacts, two are considered. In the first instance, we speak of the technological impact since it has been selected as subject which is intended to be solved with technological tools learned during the course of the degree, computer engineering, practicing certain skills such as database creation and programming. The second impact corresponds more to the social impact, since the problem that is being solved affects a group of population which, if resolved, would end many situations experiences as a result of carrying out management process a traditionality way to be carried out now with the help of digital tools. My hypothesis, when development this computer system focused on the management of activities such as organizer of personal data, internal control of permits, control of supplies, control of textbook delivery, control of the list of current groups in attendance at school activities. You will achieve the management of activities in a more effective way by shortening times, saving backups, and avoiding unauthorized modifications to records and evidence. Now, what is an information system? So, an information system has its main objective, the management and administration of the data and the information that compose it. The important thing is to always be able to recover that data and that you also have easy access to them with total security. The components of information system allow a series of processes that consist of data entry, management and processing, storage and output for all those interested who wish to have access to this type of information. The elements of the information system works has together and with the same objectives to achieve the correct use administration of any information. Finally, we have the methodology. In the methodology process, the following flow diagram will explain the process that must be capable of making our web application process together with an information system. In the first instance, it's necessary to have a web browser from which you can access a location where our application is hosted through the request made by the user, through added back-end functions by the programmer and his administration. This will be possible using an hypertext processor once this step done. These requests will be sent to server where database connected to application hosted, which contains user tables as well as information in general. Finally, presents some of the most relevant reference through which is possible to carry out this research on information system. And finally, it has been almost the subject of web application to management information. Thank you.